Welcome back, friends. We are studying the subject manufacturing process. In manufacturing process, we are studying the topic sheet metal forming. In this process, sheet metal working is given. In sheet metal working, cutting operations, bending operations, drawing is given, and other sheet metal forming operations are included. Sheet metal working defined as cutting and forming operations, cutting and forming operations performed on relatively thin sheet of metal. Thickness of sheet metal is 0.4 mm 1 upon 64 inch and 6 mm 1 upon 4 inch. Thickness of plate stock 6 mm. Operations usually performed as cold working. Sheet and plate metal products. Sheet and plate metal parts for consumer and industrial products such as automobiles and trucks, aeroplanes, railway cars and locomotives, farm and construction equipment, small and large appliances, officers, office furniture, computer and office equipment. Advantages of sheet metal parts are high strength, good dimensional accuracy, good surface finish, relatively low cost, economical mass production for large quantities. Sheet metal working technology. In sheet metal working technology, punch and die tooling, to perform cutting, bending and drawing operations. Stamping process, machine tool that performs most sheet metal operations. Stampings, sheet metal products made by press machine. Basic types of sheet metal processes are cutting, shearing to separate large sheets, blanking to cut part perimeters out of the sheet metal, punching or piercing to make holes in sheet metal, bending, straining sheet around the straight axis, drawing, forming of sheet into convex or concave shapes, shearing, blanking and punching. Three principal operations in press working that cut sheet metal: shearing, blanking, punching and piercing. Sheet metal cutting, shearing. In sheet metal cutting and shearing, the figure shows shearing of sheet metal between the two cutting edges just before the punch contacts work. Punch begins to push into work, causing plastic deformation. Sheet metal shearing, sheet metal cutting or shearing. Shearing sheet metal between two cutting edges, punch compresses the and penetrates into work, causing a smooth cut surface. Fracture is initiated at the opposing cutting edges, which separates the sheet. Shearing, shearing sheet metal cutting operation along a straight line between two cutting edges, typically used to cut large sheets. Engagement of entire blade into cutting need higher forces, therefore inclined blades is used to reduce force and to improve the cut edge. Shearing punch is given in the figure and die is given in the figure. Shearing operations: A. part A of the figure is side view of the shearing operation, and B is the front view of power shears equipped with inclined upper cutting blade. Shearing. Shearing is the process of cutting for cutting sheet metal to size out of a larger stock such as roll stock. Shears are used as the preliminary step in preparing stock for stamping or smaller blanks for CNC processes. The shearing process produces a shear edge burr which can be minimized to a less than 10% of the material thickness. The burr is a function of clearance between the punch and the die and the sharpness of the punch and the die. Sharpness of the punch and the die. Blanking and punching. Blanking sheet metal cutting to separate piece called as blanked from surrounding stock. Punching. Similar to blanking except but piece is scrap called a slug. Strip scrap is given in the figure, blank is given, and slug scrap is given, part is given. Blanking and punching operations are given in the figure. Punching and piercing. Punching operation is given in the figure. Punching tool is given. Slug is formed. Slug or scrap is formed. Part is given as above. Slug is cut and burr is minimized or minimum. Part is given. Burr is given. Piercing is given. Piercing tool is given. No slug is cut. Only burr. Punching. Punching is the metal fabricating process that removes a scrap slug from the metal workpiece. Each time a punch enters the punching die, and this process leaves a hole in the metal workpiece. These are the parts of punching operation is given as above. Now we will see the next topic in the next session. Thank you.